We've been studying in the book of Judges. I almost said the book of Gideon. We've been studying about Gideon in the book of Judges. Judges chapter 6. We're going to pick up at verse 13. We left off, the angel of the Lord had appeared to Gideon while he was beating out wheat in a wine press and called him a mighty, valiant warrior. Verse 13 says, Then Gideon said to him, O my Lord, if the Lord is with us, why then has this happened to us? In other words, why are we having all this battle? Why are we living the way we are? Why are we having all of these struggles? Charles Stanley says that when the storms of life assail us, we may be tempted to believe that God has abandoned us, but he never will. Gideon was looking around at all the trouble and he was saying, if God is with us, then why is this happening? You know, it's a lot of Christians in the world today that are looking around, seeing all the trouble we've got in America, all the problems, all the battles, all the discord and the division that's happening, and they're saying the same thing. That God has abandoned us. Where is he at? God never abandons us. We may face hardships to teach us a lesson. We may face battles to bring us closer to him. But he never forgets about us. He never abandons us. Gideon says, why is God letting it happen? Well, we already know why God let it happen. Because all you got to do is turn back to the first verse. It said, Then the sons of Israel did what was evil in the sight of the Lord. And the Lord gave them into the hands of the Midianites. It was their sin. It was their disobedience that brought them to this place. Gideon says, hey, if God's with us, why is he letting all this happen? And where are his miracles which our fathers told us, saying, Did not the Lord bring us out of Egypt? But now the Lord has abandoned us and given us into the hands of Midian. You know, that's exactly the way people are. Israel was led out of the captivity, led out of Egypt. God had supplied for them. God had been present with them. And they got out in the middle of nowhere. They got hungry and they says, oh, God just brought us out here to let us die. Every time they would face a struggle, every time something wouldn't go the way they thought it would, oh, woe is us. It would have been better for us to have died in Egypt than to have been here. It's so easy for us to forget how faithful God has already been to us. So easy for us to get all the battles that he's already brought us through. It's so easy for us to get all the times that everything was hopeless and he showed up in a mighty way. We just tend to focus on the circumstance that's surrounding us right here and right now. And it overwhelms everything else. Let me tell you something. God has been faithful every day of my life, even when I wasn't faithful to him. God has been faithful to me. It's a song we sing at church. You can go look it up. It says, You have always been faithful. The name of the song is Goodness of God. Britt Nicole does a great version of it. Go look it up. But anyway, He has always been faithful. He has always been faithful to us, even when we didn't deserve it. God has loved us. He has took care of us, even while we were sinful. Book of Romans says that while we were yet enemies with God, Christ died for us. Let that sink in. While we were enemies with God, when we wanted no part of it, when we was running, when we was making fun, when we was mocking God, Christ laid down his life for us. Look, God has abandoned us. Oh, it would have been better for us to have died in Egypt. Verse 14 says, The Lord looked at him and said, Go in this your strength and deliver Israel from the hand of Midian. Have I not sent you? Oh, I want you to get this. If God sends you to do something, regardless of how impossible it seems, go. He'll make a way. See, our obedience in the small things is so important. Because if we can't be obedient in the little things that we don't understand, How are we going to be obedient in the big things? It's funny, everybody wants to do great things for God. Everybody. Man, I really want to do something great for the kingdom. But how can you do something great if you won't be obedient in the small things? If you won't be obedient in the small stuff? God already had a plan. He told Gideon, go. Haven't I sent you? And then Gideon's just like so many of us. He said to him, O Lord, how shall I deliver Israel? Behold, my family is the least in Manasseh, and I am the youngest in my father's house. How am I going to do it? Couldn't you find somebody else? Anybody would do better at this than I will. I'm the littlest one in my family. Look, we're the least of the tribe. We're the least of the people, and I'm the least in my house. I mean, if you're going to deliver Israel, you need one of these big, strapping, strong young men to do it. Somebody that's got some power. Somebody that's got some prowess. Somebody that's got some knowledge. Somebody that's got superior strength. But not me. I'm the smallest. I'm the least. See, I love that because God uses who the world sees as small to do great things. But the Lord said to him, surely I will be with you, and you shall defeat Midian as one man. I will be with you. You and God are a majority every time. I don't care how impossible the situation. I don't care how hard. I don't care what kind of battle or what kind of struggle you see in front of you. If God is with you, who can stand against you? Meditate on that for today. Be obedient in the small things. Even the things that doesn't make a lot of sense to you. Serve Him where you are. Serve Him with the little stuff. Trust Him in everything. And see what God will do with you. God bless you guys.